You may wonder why your lives can be so hard at that level, why there can be so many negative influences on your mind and body, and why you can't have peace and a little happiness. Some has to do with your way of thinking and expectations of life. Some comes from what you focus on. Many of you are focusing on what you don't have, instead of focusing on what you do have, most especially health. If you have some health, then you are winning the game of life. Health is the first wealth. If you have some health, no illnesses, no chronic pain, no depression, then you may want to appreciate this health every single day. Just in a small way, a touch of appreciation. Thank your higher level for your health, once or twice a day. You can do a lot with health, as long as you don't push your mind and body too hard. One reason people's lives are hard is health problems, most especially chronic pain, which makes your life hard and gives you hardship. There are some people at that level suffering from chronic pain, and this is hard. If you are pain-free, you may want to thank a higher level once or twice a day. Why would you do this? Because you are training your brain what to focus on. You're looking at what you have. You're training your brain to focus on what you have. You don't need to have too much appreciation. You just need a touch of appreciation for what you have. So what if you have the chronic pain? Do you thank your higher level for the chronic pain? This sounds a little ridiculous, but here's the truth. Pain will make you stronger, and what you are there to do is become stronger. Pain is one of the best ways to make you stronger, as a soul. And this is what you're there to develop, your soul. So in the eyes of higher levels, pain is a good thing. Higher levels will not often take your pain from you because pain is good for you as a way to develop your immortal human soul. And for higher levels, this is what we see, your immortal human soul. You are in a school of souls, and there is a reason for hardship at that level. The reason is hardship can make your soul beautiful. Think of it like a diamond. Only hardship can turn carbon into diamond. Something beautiful like a diamond is only possible because of hardship. When you face a hard life, you face the pressures and stresses like a diamond. Then your immortal human soul can be transformed into something beautiful like a diamond. In the afterlife, you will see this. You will see those souls who suffered through hardship, and how different they are to other souls who had easier lives. Here's the truth. There's a reason for hardship. The reason is hardship can build a beautiful soul. And if you want to know your ultimate purpose at that level, is to build a beautiful soul, if you can. Not everyone can, and this is all right. Not everyone wants to, and this is all right. But there are a few high-level souls who have chosen to be there so they can build themselves a beautiful soul. And this is all done through hardship. If you are wondering why you are in pain or suffering some other hardship, this could be the reason. You want the hardship. You want to face the hardship so you can build a beautiful soul. You can see this happening at that level. For some of you, building your own home is a dream you have. You want to build a beautiful home. Can you do this without facing hardship? You have to work hard. You have to save some money. You have to go through the stress of building your home. But some of you are choosing to do this because you want a beautiful home, a home that you made. This is the same thing happening with your soul. Some people at that level want a beautiful soul, so they are facing the hardship needed to make a beautiful soul. This could be you. You could have chosen the hardship you are facing so you can build a beautiful soul. There is only one way to build a diamond. That is through pressure and stress. There is only one way to build a beautiful soul. That is through pressure and stress. You may be choosing to have pressure and stress in your life so you can build yourself a beautiful soul. In the afterlife, this is important. And you may have some memory of this. You may have some memory of meeting those beautiful souls in the afterlife. You may have felt envious. You may have thought to yourself that you want to be like that one day. And this may have pushed you to come to Earth so you can face the hardship living on Earth can provide. Earth is not an easy school of souls. It can be a hard school of souls. And you are here, facing the stresses and pressures of being here, and in the process you could be forming a diamond-like soul. Are there other ways to form a beautiful soul than chronic pain? Yes, there are many hardships that you can face at that level. It's just chronic pain is one of the hardest. If you are facing chronic pain, then you have the conditions to form a diamond-like soul. But if you are facing other hardship, you will also be building your soul. The pressures of work, the pressures of family, these can all help to build your soul. The difference is you can have a break from the pressures. To build a diamond, the pressures need to be sustained. This is what happens with chronic pain because the pain is always there. The pressures are sustained. There is no break from the pressures of the pain, so this can build a diamond-like soul. You may want to think of hardship differently, humans of Earth. You are there, in a school of souls for a reason. And one of those reasons is to face hardship so you can build a beautiful soul for yourself.